Good evening and welcome to Zaleski Sports and another night. It's actually a beautiful night. It's about 50 degrees out here, better than what it has been the last 2, 3 days as the high winds are no longer. We've got a little breeze coming out of the northwest here tonight. On this north end of the field at Hiding Community Stadium here in Marshfield, located on a campus of Marshfield High School, we have soccer here this evening as the Marshfield Tigers coming into this contest with a 1-5-4 overall record, 1-2-1 overall. And actually, they are one of two teams in the whole state of Wisconsin with four ties on their record this year. That includes all four divisions. And Tigers have played some great soccer this year, but just needs that little bit of push there to get that next goal in there. But Coach Kelly Ugna doing a nice job with the Tigers here, and they are actually they're sitting in fifth place in the Wisconsin Valley Conference, and the Wausau West Warriors, a very nice ball club, as they are 3-2-2 overall and 2-0-1, just kind of a half a game away from Stevens Point, as Wausau West sitting in the number 2 spot. As we'll go over some of the conference stats later on, and very impressive for actually both sides, and we'll see what happens. In other games this evening in the Wisconsin Valley Soccer, DC Everest is at Wausau East, and Stevens Point is at Wisconsin Rapids. And we'll see what happens tonight with the Marshfield Tigers here. As talking to Coach Kelly Ugna, she says it's definitely much warmer than it has been than the last 2-3 days at practice here. And she says the hands were red and the whole ball of wax. And so, but it should be a good match here, as Wausau West has had an outstanding program over the years, and as I mentioned, they are battling for first place in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. As the standings so far, Stevens Point is sitting at 3-0-0 in conference. Wausau West is 2-0. DC Everest is 2-2. Wisconsin Rapids is 1-1-2. And Marshfield is 1-2-1, and Wausau East is 0-4 in the Wisconsin Valley Conference here. So, Marshfield coming off a 3-1 contest against Stevens Point back on Tuesday night, as history was made on this field, as Amelia Castleberg had a hat trick to lead Stevens Point to a 3-1 win over the Tigers. So it was actually the Amelia Castleberg show on Tuesday night, as she lit it up here on the turf here, as Castleberg scored in the 36, 56, and 68 minute mark. And the final one was actually her 100th career goal, as the Panthers, who are 6-2 overall and 3-0 in the conference, maintain their lead in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. And actually, in that, Castleberg became just the 33rd player in Wisconsin high school girls soccer history to reach 100 goals, and only the third Division I player to accomplish that feat. Well, one of those players actually was an outstanding player here at Marshfield back in the 2011, 12, 13, and 14 season. If folks remember back then, a young lady by the name of Darian Malter, as she was just so outstanding, as she led the conference with 14 goals and 29 points back in 2011. She was the Player of the Year, Wisconsin Valley Player of the Year in 2011 and 2012. She was a unanimous selection all 4 seasons she played soccer here at Marshfield, and she led the last season that she played with 48 points with 23 goals and 2 assists in her last season. And what the amazing part about this with Darian was she had 9 match or games that she scored 4 goals in a game. And with the hat trick, she had 12. I mean, that's just outstanding. I mean, she's got to be one of the greatest girls soccer players in Wisconsin Valley history. She was elected to the Marshfield High School Athletic Hall of Fame just this last fall in 2025. And when she finished her career here at Marshfield, she went on to play some outstanding soccer at Winona State. So we'll be back in just a little bit, and you're watching Wisconsin Valley Conference Soccer here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Hello, I'm Jenny Shaner, Realtor, Next Home Hub City. If you're a first-time home buyer or seller, or you've been around the block, because of my experience, I'm able to help you in the most efficient way. I'm a full-time, full-service realtor. I focus on my clients 100%. Let's work together as a team for a win in your next real estate transaction.
Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com.
Little Sprouts Learning Garden with 2 convenient central Wisconsin locations. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
Little Sprouts has been around for almost 7 years here in Auburndale. In Rudolph, we've been open for about 2.5. We serve here in Auburndale. We have 6 weeks old up until 12-year-olds. And then in Rudolph, we have 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds. The biggest thing that we do with them is we have play-based learning so that they learn through play with each other. And social skills are a huge part of what we do with them.
Find Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
Simple, clear, helpful, and built around you. This isn't just a new building, it's a new experience for our members and for the Stevens Point community. Now it's easier than ever to stop in when it works for you. With 24/7 drive-through access, our services fit your schedule, not the other way around. Here at Simplicity, that's the kind of experience we believe in. You'll still see the same friendly faces, now in a space designed to serve you better and enhance the community we're proud to be a part of. We can't wait to welcome you in.
And we're back here at Hiding Stadium, located on the campus of Marshfield High School for Wisconsin Valley Conference Soccer this evening. I'm Mike Steinwegner along with John Stanifer as we'll get ready for this one. We were about 2 minutes away from introductions and that, and our pregame show is brought to you by First Choice Credit Union. First Choice Credit Union in Marshfield serves anyone who lives or works in Wood, Marathon, Clark, or Portage counties. Make First Choice Credit Union your first choice for loans. And I forgot to mention one thing about Darian also, that in her final season, she finished, as I mentioned, she had over 100 goals in her career. But she finished her stellar career with 120 goals and 21 assists, both program records, and her 35 goals is also a new mark for Marshfield that she had in one season also. So an outstanding athlete as Darian Malter. I remember watching her play many, many years ago. As I mentioned, it was 2011 to 2014. So an outstanding athlete here from Marshfield who went on to play some great soccer also over at Winona State. The Tigers will be in action. Let's take a look here after today's contest. Actually, the contest with Pulaski tomorrow has been canceled, but they popped in from a postponement that they had back on April 23rd against Menominee. So the Tigers will take on Menominee over in Menominee tomorrow, and then they will take on next Tuesday, take on Wausau East here at Hiding Stadium in a Wisconsin Valley contest, and then on the 14th they'll travel to Wisconsin Rapids and play over on that outstanding facility over in Wisconsin Rapids next Thursday. And for the Wausau West Warriors, they will be on on Saturday. They are traveling to Appleton to take on Appleton North. and that one will start at 12 o'clock. And then on next Tuesday, they will be at home at Wausau West against the Wisconsin Rapids Red Raiders, and that contest will start at 7 o'clock. And we'll see. We'll talk about this our rankings later on, as we've got actually a couple of finals in contests that are on Zaleski Sports this afternoon, as the Columbus girls softball team beat Kobe Abbotsford 16-1, and Hudson's baseball club, who actually dropped in the rankings from number 1 down to, I think it was about number 4, and they are just an outstanding ball club. They have actually lost 2 games this year, but they took care of Eau Claire Memorial at Eau Claire this afternoon, 12-1. And other games that are going on, Auburndale is at Marathon in softball, and Wausau West is at DC Everest in baseball. Wisconsin Rapids is at Marshfield in baseball, and Edgar is at Wisconsin Rapids Assumption in softball. So we'll get you little scores later on also, as they will be completely done by the time we get done. As I see here in the bottom of the 5th inning, Wisconsin Rapids is leading Marshfield 11-5 in that baseball contest, as the players are coming out onto the field here. And so we're going to take just a quick break here, and I'm going to send it back to John, and you're watching Wisconsin Valley Conference Soccer here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Wisconsin shops at Gross Auto Group for 3 big reasons. No hassle pricing, lifetime warranty, massive selection, price to move. Gross Auto Group's no hassle pricing means the price you see is the price you pay. No back and forth, no wasted time. Our lifetime engine warranty means we want your new ride running for as long as you own it. And with 8 brands in 6 stores, Gross Auto has the ride you want at the price you need. 3 reasons, 3 towns. Gross Auto Group in Neelsville, Black River Falls, and Marshfield.
Good evening, folks. Matt LePay here. Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Textbook protection. Underlayment follows. Sealed tight like an O-line. Valleys flashed. Shingles installed row by row. Captain ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped. Your turn to call the play at ridgetopexteriors.com.
And we are back here at Hiding Stadium in Marshfield, Wisconsin. Great, outstanding facility here that's been here, I'm going to say, 6 years now. And great complex, this complex, and also the softball complex and the baseball, which is located on the west side of the field of the school here. And at this time, we will be playing our national anthem. And our national anthem is brought to you by Hiller's True Value. Hurry in for the huge savings at Hiller's True Value, soon to be Hiller's Ace Hardware. Save on Milwaukee outdoor power equipment, everything from chainsaws to string trimmers. That's Hiller's True Value, soon to be Hiller's Ace Hardware. And our starting lineups for tonight for the Wausau West Warriors. And guarding the net this evening for the Warriors is Grace Callio, a senior. Then we'll follow with Emily Callio, who's a senior defensive person. And then a freshman midfielder, Haley Foster. And then number 4, Megan Foster, who's a senior, also a midfielder. And then at number 6, Hannah Barnett, a freshman defender. And then number 8, Emily Luck, a senior midfielder. And starting also is Mercy Kelly, midfielder forward at number 10, she's junior, and Ella Bolin, a junior forward, and she's number 13. And then also we'll go with Stella Olson, a junior defender. And then number 18, Maya Rice, a senior midfielder. And we'll finish up with Olivia Caldwell, a junior defender, number 20. And the Warriors are coached by Lance Kelly. For the Marshfield Tigers, it's guarding the nets tonight is Gabby Niehaus at the goal. She's a senior. And then Kaylee Frederick, a midfielder, a freshman. Emma Lynn Clements, defender. She's a senior. Alexa Hoffman, a senior midfielder. And let's see, Grace Will, a defender, is a senior. Then Carrie Rabb, and controlling it out here is the Wausau West Warriors. And Carrie Rabb is in there. Cassidy Christopher is also starting for the Tigers. She's a senior. Elena Johansson, a sophomore. Paige Bernsteiner, a sophomore. And also Aubrey Engveld having a great year. She's a sophomore. And Ava Schrader, a sophomore also. And the Tigers are coached by Kelly Ugna, who's been with the Tigers. She was there for about 4 years. Then she took a little time off, and now she's come back as the head coach for the Marshfield Tigers. As ball goes out of bounds, as we're getting ready here for some soccer action here, and ball goes out of bounds, and the control will go to the Tigers. As the ball is kicked to Niehaus. And she'll get ready to see how far she can kick this one. And a good kick out to, about the 30-yard line. As we're bumping heads out there. As Christopher controlling it out there. As Wausau West now controlling it and gets it to the left side here. And it will go out of bounds and it will go to Marshfield. As Marshfield will control this throw in. And a header off it going to as Mercy Kelly gets control. As Marshfield will control it. Kelly thought she had it, but it went to Marshfield. As Aubrey gets a nice kick there. And it goes out of bounds to the Tigers. As Mercy Kelly was the last one to touch that. Clock is continuous here in soccer as until there's an injury or a goal made. As Wausau West, a very strong program, year in and year out. As Wausau West controlling it here at midfield, and it'll be white ball as we're going to have, as nobody decides to take the ball with them. As we're going to have a free kick here. And stopped nicely by the Tigers at the 20-yard line there. And a long kick as Marshfield's chasing it and just saving it nicely. Over there in the far corner. Tigers controlling it, and the goalie, Grace Callio, puts a stop to it. And she brings it out from the net. And with a good kick, excellent kick out to about the 50-yard line. It's a tussle forward here. And last touch by number 10 for the Wausau West Warriors. That's Mercy Kelly. She is all over the field here for the Warriors. As Wausau West has quite a few all-conference selections from last year back for them this year. As and we'll take a look here in scoring-wise. Ella Boland is right up there in scoring, and so is Mercy Kelly. Great offense by them. Kaylee Frederick doing a nice job as she's second in the conference in scoring, tied with Boland and Kelly. And but the leader right there is Amelia Castleberg, as she is just running away with it, as she's got 9 goals and 3 assists for a total of 21 points. And just an outstanding athlete, as most likely she will be Player of the Year in the Wisconsin Valley this year. And it just seems like nobody can stop her. I'll tell you, Point so far has scored the most goals in just 3 games. They have scored 15 goals already, and the ball goes out of bounds. And Wausau West will retain that, and as Hannah Barnett throws the ball in, and West still with control. Barnett. That's a tussle. 3 Tigers around that ball, but Kelly intercepts it. And Marshfield controlling it and kicking it out of bounds and stopping that forward progress by the Warriors. And actually second in the conference with goals is Marshfield. In 4 games, they have had 10 goals. So actually Marshfield, a very potent offensive team, as 6 of those goals was against Wausau East. As they will be facing East next week. Here at Hiding Stadium, their next home game, as Wausau East controlling the ball now down in Marshfield's end as Marshfield intercepts. Pass in the middle, controlled by Wausau West. And controlling it is Kelly. Controlling it there is Maya Rice. And it's going to go out of bounds, and West will control that. As shots on goal, Marshfield has had 29 shots on goal this year, while West has had 21. Let's see here. Fouls, Marshfield has had 8, and Wausau West 5, so not penalized really that much. Corner kicks, Marshfield's with 15, Wausau West with only 7 corner kicks this year. And scoring-wise, as I mentioned, Stevens Point with 15 goals. And actually, 2 of the goals that Marshfield's got this year was actually the opponent knocked it into the Marshfield goals. It's kind of strange that, nobody else, it's happened to nobody else, but Marshfield's gotten lucky and gotten 2 goals by their opponent putting it into their own Marshfield's goal. As West controlling it down on their end. And a kick in and right to Gabby Niehaus as Gabby controls that. She'll come out with a kick from the 5 out to about the 40-yard line and gets it to midfield here. As West controlling it. Kick And it's a race to see who's going to get there first. And it is last touched by Wausau West as Marshfield will control it. Goes to Gabby, and Gabby will see where she can place this one. As Marshfield goalkeepers have an average of 1.33 goals against them, while Wausau West 0.33. They have just been outstanding defensive-wise also, as they have, as I mentioned, they've scored 8 goals, but only 1 goal against them all season long. And let's see, I've got a sheet around here somewhere with the total scores. We'll see who that 1 goal was. And we've got a timeout here as we've got an injury. So I'm going to swing it over to John, and we'll do a commercial here quick. And you're watching Wisconsin Valley Conference Soccer here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDeliver.com.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
The quality materials that was used when the house was built were below builder grade. I wanted to do something a little exciting, add a little bit of color, a little bit of texture. The Infinity team took time to get to know us. He wanted to know what we wanted. Once he saw my design, he says, well, let's make this happen. It's a big project. Just changed the whole look of the house, and it looks like a brand new home. The Infinity team treated us like we were their family. I would recommend Infinity to anybody.
So, after a couple years of this, it's time for more money and better opportunities. That's where Mid-State Technical College comes in.
Are you a born leader? Is hospitality your thing? Maybe you're into efficiency. Or do you love building teams? No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options. So stop getting by and level up today.
As the player that was injured was number 4, Megan Foster, as she comes off the field on her own power. And coming in for her will be her replacement, Madeline Weller, senior. And hope nothing is serious there with Megan, as she did go off the field on her own power as they're checking her over. And she's walking pretty freely right now, so we may see her back in the contest here. And a shot on goal as it went up just over the top of Gabby's reach, but it hit the crossbar on top, and a little, I would say maybe 2 inches more down, it would have been a goal for the Wausau West as that ball went flying. The goal that scored against Wausau West in the conference was actually where they had a tie with Wisconsin Rapids, and the contest finished 1-1. In conference, they do not play shootouts or overtime, as Gabby makes a nice save there at the goal, and it just keeps. We consider it just a tie. That's why the Tigers have had 4 ties this year, and one of them in the conference, and 3 in non-conference competition. And so, but Wausau West has 2 matches yet against Stevens Point yet towards the end of the year. And that is, again, on May 19th. Wausau West will host that one. And then the last conference game of the year on the 28th of May, they'll travel to Gerke Field to take on the Panthers, and that one's at 7:30. And it's Parents' Night. So it'll be interesting to see where they lie in the standings here if Stevens Point gets knocked off. The one loss at Well, in fact, they do not have a loss. It's just that tie they had against Wisconsin Rapids because West is 2-0-1. So it'll be interesting going down the stretch with Wausau West and Stevens Point to see who wins the Wisconsin Valley Conference this year. As West controlling it on their side of the 50-yard line, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by West, and Marshfield will take over. Thanks to our game day sponsors, Arts Body Shop, Bruce Orthodontics, Taqueria Monarca, Partners Bank, and Hefco Floral. Thank you to those great sponsors and all of our great sponsors here on Zaleski Sports. We want to thank them dearly. If it wasn't for them, we would not be bringing this great contest here in the Wisconsin Valley tonight or any other games here in central Wisconsin. That we had 40 games this week that we're broadcasting, and we've got another 7 tomorrow. And John and I will be at just across the street here with the Marshfield Tiger girls taking on Eau Claire North Huskies in a non-conference contest tomorrow afternoon, and that contest starts at 5 o'clock. And it is seniors night also, so if you can't make it out to the game at Madison Field, come out and watch us here on Zaleski Sports. So as Wausau West controlling it and going out of bounds, and Marshfield will control it. As if it was football, you would call this the red zone right now, as West intercepts and controls it, and that controlling it there is Mercy Kelly, as she's pretty much controls everything out there. Is a great offensive player. As I've got my Wisconsin Valley all conference. There we go. I found it. As the girls coming back from Wausau West here, they've got, I think, 5 or 6 I counted that are coming back from last year's squad, and they made either first team, second team, or honorable mention. As the Tigers battling here with Wausau West, and we're at the 12:48 mark as the clock runs up, and West from about, actually 30 yards out, because the goals are actually 10 yards on the back side of the regular football field. As West controlling it and knocking it out of bounds is Emily Lucht, as the Tigers will take control. As Marshfield lost quite a few, as all of them that made first team or second team or honorable mention last year were all seniors last year, as Lauren Katzenberger and Liz Bizjack, Liz was with Wausau West, I'm sorry. Shiloh Smith from Marshfield, and also Peyton Bremer, a senior, and Kaylin Kurth. So there's 4, and Maya Preston from Marshfield received honorable mention. So Marshfield lost 5 players that graduated. So Marshfield's got to rebuild, and a shot on goal is just wide. And they're going to say it was last touched by Marshfield. It was deflected. So we're going to have a corner kick here by the Wausau West Warriors. And with that corner kick is number 10. That is Mercy Kelly. A shot inside. Tried to get a header there, but went over the top, and Marshfield controls it going down the far side. And controlling it for shot and deflected a couple times there, one by Marshfield and one by Rapids. And it goes out of bounds, and West will retain it. I'll call it the red zone, as we'll see if they can get a goal here for the Wausau West Warriors. No score yet, as we're 15 minutes into this contest. as we play 40-minute halves here. And a header by Marshfield. Marshfield's played great defense all year long. And it goes out of bounds, and new ball coming in, and the Warriors will have it. And another corner kick here. And again, Mercy Kelly, who's a junior, will attempt this kick into the middle there. We'll see what happens. And hits the side of the net. And Marshfield will retain it, and Gabby will take care of it here. And she sits it about 5 yards out. And a kick over to the right-hand side. Gets it out to about the 26 there. As the Tigers controlling. And knocked out of bounds by the Warriors. That was knocked out of bounds by Hannah Barnett. As Marshall controls it. And just on the end line there, just Marshfield still controls. Kick towards the middle. Controlled by Wausau West. As Marshfield gets it, and Huffman controls. And intercepted by Wausau West. As two players collide there at the 45. And a long kick down as Gabby Niehaus comes out of her goal area and controls it. And Gabby with a kick. And she gets a fine kick out past the 50, onto the 45 to the 40. A great kick by Gabby. In fact, her kicking, when we saw her against Eau Claire North, it might have been the coldness too that night, but she's really controlled much better kicking over the last few games. And Coach Kelly over there is wondering why there was not a call, and finally a whistle was called. And Wausau West will get a free kick here. And into the middle. Controlled by West. And not out of bounds yet. Nope. West will still get it as Marshfield knocks it out. And it's tossed in. And intercepted by Marshfield, then West, now Marshfield. Soccer is just so fast-paced that, you can get intercepted real quick. In fact, I feel soccer is more fast-paced than what basketball is. Basketball, can control that tempo, but this is just fast-paced all the time, and it's knocked out of bounds, and it'll go to Wausau West. And tossed into Madeline Welter, who came into the game for Megan Foster. Control that inbounds pass. Marshfield intercepts. And controlling it with a kick there for Marshfield was Huffman. And controlling it is Wausau West, and goes out of bounds. And Marshfield will control. Yeah, Wausau West has, let's see, Stella Olson was an all-conference selection. She was a sophomore last year. Maddie Weller, a junior last year. And let's see, Megan Foster, as I mentioned before, a midfielder. She was a junior last year. And Mercedes Kelly, a sophomore. And Ella Bolin, a sophomore. And Olivia Caldwell, a sophomore. And Maya Rice, a junior. So a lot of players back from Wausau West and made that all-conference list last year. So kind of a veteran team for the Wausau West Warriors. As they have, what did I have on here before? I think I can't find it right now, but they had, I think, like 7 or 8 freshmen on this club this year that are seeing a lot of action. So they could give Stevens Point a very big battle here in the Wisconsin Valley Conference this year. At halftime, we'll come up with, right around the corner is tournament time, so we'll talk a little tournament. Here we go. They had 9 seniors, 5 juniors, 3 sophomores, and only 4 freshmen. And actually, all 4 freshmen right now are seeing a lot of action, so getting a lot of varsity time. Here, Marshfield controlling the ball, getting it across the 50 and rolling. Not out of bounds yet. And finally the flag. And Marshfield will retain it. So they're right into that zone where this shot could, we'll see what kind of offense they've set up here. And West intercepts, and it's knocked out of bounds by Marshfield. As knocking it out of bounds was Kara Rab. And kicking from the end zone. And going out of bounds and going to Marshfield. Last touch by Wausau West. As we are at the 22:30 mark, so we're over almost over half way to halftime with about 18 minutes left. As I mentioned, the only time the clock stops is with an injury or a goal. And a nice stop and knocked out of bounds by Marshfield by Clements. And passing it in will be number 8, Emily Lucht. And we've got a substitute coming in for number 13 for the Warriors. That would be Ella Bolin. And going out is number 10. That would be Mercy Kelly, as Mercy getting a little breather here. And she gets high fives going down. Get a little water and a little rest, and she'll be back out there. One of the key players on this Wausau West team. And Marshfield controlling and kicking it out of bounds. And West will still retain that. As a new ball in and knocked out of bounds. West still has it. And controlled by Marshfield now. And knocked out of bounds by West. Well, we're only about maybe 3 weeks away for the big celebration here in Marshfield. Just say cheese on Friday, May 29th and Saturday, May 30th. Enjoy the Mayor's Breakfast, parade, and live music at Nuts Deep 2 and more. For more info, go to marshfieldchamber.com as it's the Marshfield Dairy Fest with a lot of fun that weekend. As Wausau West controlling it here. As Bolin intercepts, and Gabby Niehaus comes out and takes control, and she'll get the kickoff here. And a real nice kick to about the 50, controlled by Wausau West. West with very good footwork out there. Goes back to Bolin. And not quick enough to get there. Was number 2. That is Emily Callio. As the pass going off on the right-hand side, but it went out of bounds just a little bit too soon for Emily there. As Marshfield kicks it out of bounds and goes over by the hurdles over there. There's always a guy that's got a ball on each side here, so you get that ball in real quick if it goes out of bounds. As I mentioned, the clock just keeps ticking away. As West gets the ball in. And a high kick, and Gabby there to snare it. That kick was from about the 15-yard line, so that was from about 20 yards out as Gabby came out and took control of it and gets it back out on the playing field here. And Marshfield intercepting. Little tussle there. And Marshall the kick into the middle to Johansson. Doing a fine job out there for the Tigers. Nice stop by Marshfield. Goes right by the official. And looked like a trip. Well, looked like a double trip, and Coach Kelly was not too happy with the call, but it was kind of, it could have gone both ways. I mean, you had a trip here and a trip there. I don't know if it was purposely or accidentally or what, but Marshfield's going to control it. And the kick from the 50. And Wausau West controls it, and it's knocked out of bounds by Marshfield, and it'll go to the Warriors. And coming in for Wausau West is Mercy Kelly back into the contest. And she got a nice little break in there of about 4 or 5 minutes. We have no score here, and we are coming up shortly to the 29-minute mark, as we'll have 11 more minutes until halftime. Still quite a bit of sun on the field yet here, and Grace Callio scooping that one up for the Wausau West Warriors as she comes out to about the 5-yard line. And she's going to give it a good kick. And she gets one up in the air there and controlled by Wausau West at the 45. And intercepted by Marshfield and intercepted back by Kelly. Gets that steal and gets it back off to Violet Kelly. Colwell with it. Goes to Kelly. As Marshfield playing great defense out there. You got two great defensive teams battling here, and it wouldn't surprise me if we end up seeing a 0-0 contest here as Marshfield just doing an outstanding job against West. And, of course, West in the conference-wise has only given up one goal in the 3 contests they've played. So they've got, 2 shutouts to their credit in the conference here. as West kicks it out. And controlling it is Ellie Tipple into the contest for the Warriors. As the ball goes out of bounds and goes to Marshfield. West intercepting here and preventing it, trying to prevent it from going out of bounds, but is the Wausau West Warriors, but Marshfield will retain it. And pass in. And a kick. As Marshfield, West will retain this and still retain it. Coming to throw it in is, I can't quite see the number here, but nice clean pass and intercepted by Marshfield with control now. You know, hate to be that official in the middle there. You never know where that kick's going to land up. It might hit you in the head. You got to be right on top of things there. And a long kick as the race goes on before it goes out of bounds. And it goes out of bounds, and it will go to Wausau West. And the throw in right away to Kelly. Marshfield intercepts, but West gets it right back as Willa Briggs controlling out there. As I mentioned, there is no shootouts or overtime in the Wisconsin Valley, only in playoff situations. And we'll talk about the playoffs coming up at halftime here as we'll look at Wausau West in Division 1, Marshfield in Division 2. Marshfield went to the state tournament back in 2019 in Division 2. And they took on number 1 seeded Whitefish Bay and lost to Whitefish Bay 5-0 in that contest. And number 2 Oregon and Brookfield East went at it also. And Oregon won in a shootout 4-1. And then Oregon went on to beat Whitefish Bay, so Oregon beat Whitefish Bay then in that shootout in the championship. So some great looking at the teams. Not really a lot of teams in the central Wisconsin area, mostly in the Milwaukee area and down south. Great soccer down there. Divine Savior Holy Angels down there, always top-notch soccer team down there, and we'll look at the rankings in Division 1 and Division 2, and who I feel might come out of this sectional as Marshfield controls it here at just coming up to the 35-minute mark, and a collision there at and it's going to go down on the end as Marshfield will retain it with a free kick here at about the 20-yard line, and will go to Marshfield, but West intercepts and takes it. And with it is Emily Lucht. And, of course, there goes Kelly Kelly with a nice pass inside. And a bump there, and we're going to have it'll be a foul on Marshfield team. And as West will get a free kick here at about, we're talking, about the 13-yard line here. And we'll see if she goes for it all or passes it off. And she's about 23 yards out, and she passes it off. And back, and a shot way over the goal and up through the uprights. And no, she will not get 3 points for that as that ball heads down on the far end there. And it'll be Marshfield's ball as Gabby will kick this one out. As the clock ticking at 36:31 as we will stop at as West attempting to score and Wausau West fans not happy with the call as they thought West was penalized here as Gabby gets it. And West gets it back as Kelly controls it. Marshfield on the far end. Kara Rabb out there doing great job defensive-wise and offensive-wise. Trying to control that offense that Marshfield's trying to set up here. And a kick and knocked back to Wausau West as a girl trips over the ball, and they're going to say is a push on a Marshfield player on number 4. That would be Kaylee Frederick, and West will control it. And it'll go to Marshfield. As it was last touched there by Maya Rice. Marshfield controlling it. Gets it across, way out. About 30 yards downfield. Great defensive move by Wausau West there. And West's controlling it. And goes to Ella Bolin. As Kelly controlling it as she kicks it way downfield as Niehaus coming out and kicks it back out, way out to about the 45. And we've got a penalty on number 3 as pushing on Hallie Foster. And Marshfield will kick it now from the 40. And a kick into the middle of the pack there. Controlled by West. Great defense by the Warriors. Shot down below. Intercepted by Marshfield and knocked out of bounds by Clements. As Kelly controls it. Kelly going downfield, getting that ball, passing it off to number 13. That would be Bolin. Bolin coming in, takes a shot, and wide left as Marshfield will get that back. Rice is More Than Floors of Marshfield. Stopping today for quality window treatments, paint, tile, remnants, and quality flooring. Visit their showroom, visit their website, or give them a call tomorrow. As I saw Brad and Carrie last night at the Elks Awards last night, as their daughter Vivian getting an award, and also my daughter getting an award from the Elks organization here. And congratulations to all the winners from the Elks Awards. There was a lot of them last night, and so we are having a timeout here, and so we're going to take a timeout also, and we'll be back in just a little bit. And you're watching Wisconsin Valley Conference Soccer here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Rigel Plumbing and Heating in Marshfield, your local Amana dealer. Call Rigel Plumbing and Heating today to make sure your furnace is ready for the winter ahead. For expertise, honesty, and stellar service, look no further than Heritage Auto Body. Heritage Auto Body has free estimates and works with your insurance. Heritage Auto Body on Heritage Drive in Marshfield.
Cobuson Bus is hiring. It's drivers that they need. Cobuson Bus is hiring. It's the perfect job for me.
Cobuson Buses would like to thank all of our school bus drivers throughout the state of Wisconsin for their safe driving. If you would like to make a difference in your community with a fun and rewarding part-time job, apply at cobuson.com.
Cobuson Bus is hiring. It's the perfect job for me.
And we are back here. I'm sorry, it wasn't a timeout. It was halftime. I mean, you get so wrapped into the action here and you forget to watch the clock, and it's like, whoa, it's halftime already. And at halftime, we have no score. And I'm just going through here some of the scores here of today's ball games. And as I mentioned before, Columbus Catholic softball team won 16-1 up at Abbotsford today, and the Hudson baseball team, just outstanding ball club, and they won with no problem, 12-1 over Eau Claire Memorial, and looks like Auburndale beat Marathon, and that matchup from the Tuesday that went extra innings, and Auburndale won that. I think it was 6-5. And but Auburndale took care of Marathon today, 11-3 in softball action, and we'll see what happened at the Edgar Assumption game here, as my computer is getting a little slow here, and we'll tell you that the halftime is brought to you by Felker Brothers of Marshfield, a leading manufacturer of stainless steel products. Congratulations, student athletes across central Wisconsin, on your accomplishments, both on and off the courts and fields. Best of luck this season from Felker Brothers of Marshfield. And what I want to mention is tournament time is just around the corner, and for the seeding-wise for girls soccer will be on May 24th. And then, let's see, the regionals will start June 2nd and June 6th for Division 1 and 2, and for Division 3 and 4, the regionals will start on the 2nd, the 4th, and the 6th. Regionals will be played, and then the sectionals on June 11th and the 13th, and of course the state tournament is down in Milwaukee at Uline Soccer Park down in Milwaukee. And softball, those seedings will be coming out May 13th through the 17th, so just around the corner here in regionals. And regionals will start May 21st for D2 through D5, and May 17th through the 20th, D1. And the regionals will start on May 26th for that. And for baseball, for Division 2, 3, and 4, the seedings will come out May 17th through the 20th, and the regionals will be on the 28th for Division 2 through 4. And in Division 1, May 23rd through the 26th, the seedings will come out, and Division 2, or the regionals will start for Division 1 on June 2nd. Of course, the state tournament being held June 15th through the 18th at Fox City Stadium in Appleton. So looking at what these two teams here, as Wausau West right now is in the number 6 spot in the power rankings. Ahead of them is Kimberly, De Pere, Appleton North, Hudson, Bayport, and, of course, Wausau West. And West is actually higher than what Stevens Point is. Stevens Point is a 8th seed in the power rankings, and DC Everest at an 11th spot, and Rapids at a 12th spot. And pretty much you're going to see teams from the Fox Valley, from the Valley, and also from the Big Rivers Conference. For Marshfield, they are sitting down in the number 10 spot, and River Falls is in the number 1 spot, with Holman number 2, Sauk Prairie 3, Onalaska 4, Altoona Fall Creek at 5, Toma at 6, and La Crosse Central at 7, and New Richmond, who Marshfield played this year, is in the 8th spot, and La Crosse, Logan, and Luther are in the number 9 spot. Wausau East is down in the 12th spot, so you have 2 teams from the Valley there in Division 2. So looking at it, Kimberly right now undefeated, and they're going to be tough to beat. And coming out of that Division 2, River Falls is ranked number 9 right now, and Holman is number 10 in Division 2. And, of course, Sauk Prairie is number 6 up there. So anything can happen there. So, boy, I don't know. It's River Falls is, of course, in that tough Big Rivers Conference over there. And Kimberly is ranked number 6 in Division 1. So, and undefeated at 9-0. So I'm thinking they could possibly come out of there and land up going to state in Milwaukee. So we're going to be back in just a little bit. We're about 3 minutes away, start of the second half here. And you're watching Wisconsin Valley Conference Soccer here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, how can I help you?
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken has been voted best pizza in Marshfield 16 years in a row. Scotty's Pizza and Chicken is ready for your call now. Choose drunken chicken, BLT, Western, mac and cheese, sweet chili chicken, and more. Plus, Scotty's has broasted chicken, fish sandwiches, salads, and desserts. Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, 715-384-8118 and Scotty'sPizza.com.
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, how can I help you?
Retirement is a balancing act because everyone's financial situation is unique. A reverse mortgage loan can transform your home's equity into accessible cash, whether it's to pay off your mortgage, cover bills, or fund your dreams.
The cash is there if we need it, and it just takes a little stress off of our lives.
You have something else to fall back on?
Call me, Josh Kilty, your local retirement mortgage specialist, for a free consultation to help bring financial stability to your life.
Man, that furnace is just going down and retirement's not working out how we wanted to have it happen. What can we do?
Let's see what Donnie has to say.
At Citizens Financial Services, located at Citizens State Bank, we specialize in developing unique plans for our clients to provide guidance in retirement. A customized plan starts with your goals, your needs, paired with a well-thought-out strategy to address those goals.
I think this is going to work.
To set up a time, call me, Donnie Snyder, at 715-486-8151.
And we are back here at Hiding Stadium, located on the campus of Marshfield High School, and just around the corner. If we don't get a chance, of course, we'll be on the air tomorrow over at across the street for the Marshfield Tigers ball game with Eau Claire North Huskies. But just around the corner, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. This coming Sunday, and it's a great day. As let mom take the day off and just sit back and relax. I know my daughter and I were taking my wife to Libby McNeil's for breakfast. They have a great breakfast there on Mother's Day, and I missed it last year because I was doing a chaparral game, and that's all I heard for the next week or so, how delicious that breakfast was. And so I get to go see it this time firsthand. So I'm going to enjoy myself with my family. So again, wish your mother a very, very happy Mother's Day. So the sun is slowly setting here, and we've got 40 more minutes of soccer here, and a lot of action that was going on here. But I'll tell you, it was a great defensive job by both of these teams, as we are all knotted up at 0 here. And we'll see what happens here in the second half as Wausau West getting fired up over there as Marshfield's coming over to their bench now after getting a talk from head coach Kelly Ugna and Coach Lance Kelly with the Wausau West Warriors as the lights are on here at Hiding Stadium. And actually, it's all shadows now as the sun is I'm just looking out the back window here. It's just almost below tree level here, so just shining in just a little bit. But temperatures will cool down. But, hey, next week they're talking, oh, my gosh, I think spring is finally going to come. They're talking temperatures in the 60s and maybe even right around 70 next week. And it's like, we can get the shorts back out again. I wore mine, actually, when I was down in Florida for 7 days down there, but I had to put them back away. But we'll take a look here as, they're talking next Friday, a high of 70, and then 77 on Saturday, the 16th, and 17th, a high of 76. So looking for the great weather coming around. We're long overdue for it. As Marshfield taking control here to start the second half, and battled back and forth over here as Wausau West, great defensive there, would not let that Marshfield player get in there, and kicked into the middle as both teams switch sides now as Wausau West kicking to the south and Marshfield kicking to the north as a little action going on, and Gabby watching the action, and a kick coming right to her as she scoops it up with both arms. As Gabby gives it a kick and bounces over a Marshfield's player's head and controlled right at midfield here. With it at midfield is Madeline Weller. As West controlling it and kicks it out of bounds. And it'll go to Marshfield as they are now on the West 40 or 25-yard line here. I know I go by saying, the 25-yard line, but it's another 10 yards where the goal is. So it's easier to read the marker on the floor, so just on the ground. So just add another 10 yards. When I say 25, they're actually 35 yards out. So then I don't have to sit here and use my mind and do my math, As West controls it and goes over two heads as Kelly controls it. And Kelly fighting with a Marshfield player there, not literally fighting, but trying to get position. And West with it over in the far corner. And Gabby lets it go as Marshfield will get it as they're looking for another ball. No, they've got one out there now. As out in the end zone there, ready to kick is Marshfield and controlled by West. As Marshfield coming off a 3-1 loss against a very good Stevens Point team. But that was all controlled by just one player who was a very outstanding player as she scored her as Castleberg scored her 100th goal against Marshfield on Tuesday. She had the hat trick, and Marshfield stopping this rally here as Gabby grabs it. Gets it to a Marshfield player as she's going to kick her out of the end zone here. And ready with the kick. And it's a short kick and taken by West and knocked out of bounds. And it goes to Marshfield. And they're going to say Marshfield. Actually, number 6 there, Barnett didn't really like the call, but she got it back anyway. Kelly's got it now. Two quick hits there by Marshfield back and forth. And Marshfield controlling it. And kicks it back out to the 30, where West controls it now. And with it is Barnett in the middle. Taken away by Marshfield. And a long pass. As Violet Kelly and Hoffman chasing it down. And it goes to Marshfield. As Marshfield has had some really good coaches over the years, as I can think back, Steve Linder and also, of course, Kelly. This is her second time around, and Ron Todrick coached soccer teams here for quite a few years. Ron, actually a WIAA soccer official over the years. He's kind of slowing down a little bit, though. As Marshfield controlling the ball here now on their own end here at defensive-wise. Kicks it from the 20 into the middle, blocked by West. As Kelly gives it a kick, and it's going to be one-on-one and knocked down nicely as trying to score there was, I think it was, and we'll try to get the number here. I think it was, yes, number 13, as Bolin had a one-on-one there, and Gabby Niehaus came on in with a big block. Otherwise, the net was wide open, and that was either do or die, and it paid off for the Tigers as Gabby makes a nice block to prevent Bolin from scoring. As West now controlling it. Going down the sidelines and stopped by Marshfield. Great defensive play there. As with it now is Luck. Luck, a shot and blocked nicely by Gabby as she knocks that one away. A great defensive job by Gabby Niehaus. And she has been really tough on the net today. As we have what do we got? We got 23 minutes left of soccer here as we're at the 47-27 mark. As Marshfield will control it, as the Wausau West fans not very pleased with the call, as they thought Marshfield kicked it out. Great crowd here today. I would say there's a crowd of maybe 75 to 100 here. In these chilly evening here in central Wisconsin. And a battle going on over in the far side here and goes out of bounds. And it'll be Marshfield's. And as Marshfield kicks it out. And she kicks it out of bounds. As West will get it on, fakes the inbound throw, and finally gets it to a Wausau West player. And going out of bounds. And West will stay with it. And throwing it in for West is Emily Callio. As Emily waiting for a new substitute that's coming in for West. That is number 7. That is Ellie Tipley. And the pass in, attempt to Tipley. Bounces off, and Marshfield controls it, and it's going to go out of bounds. And West will retain it over in the far corner, or the near corner here. As it'll be kind of a corner kick. As everybody right around the net now, we're looking for a header possibly. And will go out of bounds. And it'll go as they're motioning, and it's going to be Marshfield's ball, as they're going to kick it out of the end zone here. And that will be number 5. That'll be Clemens, who's going to kick this one out. As Clemens gets a hold of it and gets it out, and controlled nicely by the Wausau West Warriors. Both teams just playing outstanding defense. I just can't say enough of it. As Marshfield has not had really that many shots on goal tonight, but I'll tell you, Gabby Niehaus has done a nice job in that goal, as West has had quite a few shots attempted on goal, but nothing has gone in for either team. As Gabby pulls that one in, as the clock just a little over 51 into this contest. That gives us, about 29 minutes? Yeah, 29 minutes, as this one will be over with at the 80 mark. As West controlling it. And I'll tell you, the stamina of these girls are just amazing, as Marshfield has really not had a lot of substitution, and West has not had a lot of substitution. So, I mean, you've got to be in great, great form in order to up and down this football field. To withstand all the running here back and forth. I mean, the only break you get is when the ball goes out, and you only get about maybe a 10 or 15 second chance to catch your breath, and you're back in action again. So the ball goes deep, and West will kick this one out. As the goalie, Grace Callio, went running for that one. Usually there's a ball on each side here. I don't know where. And it'll be knocked out of bounds by Marshfield. As Tipley knocks that one out. Pass inside. And nice kick by Kelly. And a header there by number 7. That is Tipple. As they're working the ball, kicks it back out. And West will kick it out of bounds, and Marshfield will take over. And a quick release here, and into a Marshfield player on the far end. And a kick. And that's a foot race, as Marshfield's going to win this foot race and knock it out of bounds, as Gabby Niehaus came way out. Nobody covering the goal. And luckily, Marshfield decided they're going to kick it out as Gabby came out because nobody was covering goal there at all. As West with the ball. Kick is blocked. And a kick inside. And Gabby knocks it down and goes out of bounds as Gabby pushed that one away. There was a cluster of players right around the net there and right in front of Gabby. Gabby did a nice job of pushing it off to her left-hand side. And a kick and a great block by Gabby as it goes over the goal post. A great defensive play. It was just a bullet that headed for the net, and Gabby just put her hands up, and it ricocheted off her hands and up over the goal post. And so, great job there. As Marshfield will now kick it. We are at the 55-minute mark. So we have 25 minutes left of action here. We play 40-minute halves. As West controlling it. Now Marshfield. As it'll be Wausau West, as they're saying the penalty is on Marshfield. Even though, Marshfield had control of the ball. And so West just kicks it off to the left-hand side. Ball going to Emily Callio. And we've got a foot battle over there as West with it on the far side. And a kick towards the middle, controlled by Marshfield. Now West with it as there's 4 defenders in front of her. And a great kick outside and taken away by Marshfield. And it'll go out of bounds. And coming in for Wausau West is number 16, and that is Olivia Mayer, a junior. A lot of experience on this Wausau West team, as I mentioned. A lot of, I think they had like 6 or 7 returning from off that first and second team, and honorable mention all-conference team from last year. And so a very, very veteran team of Wausau West. And I'll tell you, Marshfield's been playing just great defense against this West team, as West can be very, very explosive. As just looking around the corner here, if matches they will have coming up next Tuesday. Wausau West will be at home against Rapids, as they tied earlier in the year. And Marshfield with it. And a long kick controlled by Rapids, but taken away by Marshfield. Now West takes it. Great defense by Marshfield. I'll tell you, Kelly Ugna will not, she'll settle for the tie, but I'll tell you, she's very happy with her ball club, I think, tonight, as they have held this Wausau West team scoreless and just outstanding defense. And also coming up on Thursday, let me see. We are looking at next Tuesday. Yes, Wausau West is at home with Rapids, and Marshfield at home against Wausau East. And Marshfield beat East up at Wausau 6-0. So Marshfield could have a chance of picking up maybe it's their second or their third conference win if Marshfield pulls one out tonight. And they got some battles coming up down the road. Then the following next Thursday, they've got Marshfield goes to Rapids, and West is at DC Everest, and East will go to Stevens Point. So some great action still coming up here in the Wisconsin Valley Conference, as it's going to go down to the wire. And it's actually this year, if it turns out to be a tie, that's going to help Stevens Point a lot, because that will be the second tie that East will have. And so total points-wise, that'll give a big advantage to Stevens Point, as you get so many points per win. And that's going to help Stevens Point a lot if this game comes down to it with a tie, because as I mentioned, it'll be West's second tie as they tied Wisconsin Rapids earlier in the year. As Marshfield controlling the ball here. As they were tangled up, and the West fans not very happy. And the kick, and Gabby controls that one, as both, it's incidental contact, as both of them are going for the ball, and they just get tangled up. It's, just like, you see a receiver in football where they're both, going for the ball and they get tangled up. And so it just happens. But you get soccer in the same way here, as both trying to go for the ball and both legs get tangled up. So as Marshfield controlling it down they have not been, this whole second half has been pretty much controlled down in this Wausau West area, and Gabby pulls in another one with a shot on goal. And Marshfield just has not gotten it across the 50-yard line. As they finally do get it, and they get it right to Wausau West, and they get it back and bring it over across to the 40. And that's going to go out of bounds. And Marshfield should retain that. As they're going to say it was deflected. And it'll be, oh no, it'll say Marshfield still has it. I was looking at the official. I thought he was pointing towards the Wausau side. As Marshfield, big kick, but knocked down by West, West. As West controlling the ball, like I said, they've maintained of controlling that ball pretty much this whole second half. As Marshfield blocked nicely by West again, it prevents Marshfield getting across the 50 and bringing it finally across the 50. And that is going to go out of bounds and go to West. I don't think they might have had, I think, maybe one shot on goal here this whole second half. But Marshfield has played great defense down on that end of preventing Wausau West from scoring. And we'll tell you about Felker Brothers of Marshfield. Felker Brothers of Marshfield is the leading manufacturer of stainless steel products. Congratulations, student-athletes across central Wisconsin, on your accomplishments, both on and off the courts and fields. Best of luck this season from Felker Brothers of Marshfield. As West gets the ball and kicks it out of bounds, and Marshfield will get it. Marshfield in a great position here to possibly scoring. Marshfield with it. Back out on, blocked nicely, and we've got a whistle, and it'll go to Marshfield. So Marshfield with a chance to score here. They're going to be kicking at about the 26-yard line, so they're about 36 yards out from goal. And they're going to bring in a different kicker here. And the kick is up and bounces And it's knocked down and saved by the goalie, Grace Callio. And Grace is going to give it a kick and bring it out to about the 40-yard line, controlled by West, and stolen away by Marshfield. It happens that fast. You can have control of the ball, and 2 seconds later, and they're going to call a push on Kelly, as Kelly can't believe the call, and Marshfield's going to get it. As we're coming up to the 65-minute mark, that means we are only 15 minutes left here. As 15 minutes of fast-paced soccer here at Hiding Stadium in Marshfield. If you don't like soccer because it's no scoring, but it's kind of like hockey also. If you play great defense, you're going to have matches like this here. And this is great defense right here. I mean, you don't get the like in the NHL, you don't get the player against the board or anything, but I'll tell you, there's a lot of footwork involved out here and a lot of, accidental tripping but this is really, really fast-paced hockey out here, or soccer. But a kick towards goal and picked up by Gabby. And Gabby's going to throw it out off to the side, as might be something wrong with her leg, as she has not kicked really any out lately, as she has had other players come in to kick. So I don't know if she might have pulled something or what, but West with it, trying to control it down on their end, and it's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to go to Marshfield, and Marshfield will kick it out. As Gabby is not kicking, and long kick out to about the 30, controlled by West. And not going out of bounds. Marshfield still controlling it over there. And did go out of bounds, and West throws it back in. And there was a little push there, but nothing called. Marshfield with the kick. Marshfield controlling it and kicks it out of bounds and pretty much out of the stadium by the looks of it. I think it went up over the rails. Discover Marshfield's wellness destination, Be Well Studio. Experience cutting-edge recovery tools like hydromassage, infrared sauna, red light therapy, PEMF, and more, all designed to help your body and mind feel your best. Each 15 to 30-minute session is just $29 with memberships and packages available. Book your wellness session today at BeWellStudio.com. As the ball over in the far corner. A little pushing there, but nothing serious. West with it. At center field. An attempted kick and goes wide left. And so Marshfield will get it back. If you're looking for a place to have your events done, well, Nuts Deep is your place to go. Events were made for Nuts Deep 2 in Marshfield. Large groups or small private party space is available for your event. Call now for available dates. That's at Nuts Deep 2 in Marshfield. As Marshfield controlling it and just goes out of bounds. And so West will have it. And throwing it in is number 16. That's Olivia Mayer. And she's waiting for a substitute to come in here, and that is actually number 18. That would be Maya Rice, a starter for the Warriors. Marshfield controlling it. kick still controlled by West and deflected off a Marshfield player. And we've got a whistle. And Marshfield will control it as the clock running, coming down to the 69-minute mark. That means we've got 11 minutes as substitute coming in. As we have another substitute coming in for is number 7 for Wausau West. That is Ellie Tipley. She's been in and out of the contest here. One of the main reserves for the Wausau West Warriors. And I don't know why the clock is not going. There we go. And Warriors controlling it now. Marshfield over in the far corner, near corner here, and it'll go to Marshfield. And she's taking her time to, we must have another reserve coming in here now for Marshfield, as we'll get that for you here. As that's number 15. That would be Hebring now into the game for Marshfield, and it goes out of bounds. Marshfield will retain it. And ready to kick it for Marshfield. Can't catch the number. It's a little dark. It's a little dark in here now. And goes out of bounds. And West will retain it with great position here. 10 minutes left. As this one's going to go right down to the wire. As West gets it in and goes out of bounds, and Marshall will get it. Next step, prosthetics. Providing prosthetics and orthotics throughout central Wisconsin. Take your next step and contact them today. As we're coming up to the 71-minute mark. In that first half, I thought it was a timeout, but boy, at the final 10 minutes there, just flew by just like that, and didn't realize as the action was getting so intense, I forgot to look up at the clock, and I thought it was a timeout, and it was actually the end of the first half. But Marshfield will retain it here. I can see it much better. As we've got now the ball across the 50 and Wausau West retaining it here. Marshfield, West, as West, and knocked out of bounds by Marshfield, and West will get it. And thrown in right away. And a header off, and yes, a foul on Marshfield as number 15. That is that's Durr, as she was knocked down. And we're going to have a kick here as Marshfield with a small line there. We'll see what happens if she'll go into into that pile that's right in front of the net there. As Gabby really intense there at the goal. A big play here for Wausau West. As the official coming in. And he's going over to say something to Marshfield. and want Marshfield to move in a little bit more. And a shot. And it scores! As a kick just out of the outreach hands of Gabby Niehaus and gives Wausau West a 1-0 lead here. We'll get the official call from the press box here who had that kick. But they score at the 72-16 mark in the second half. And so Marshfield's got to come back now and get a goal here to tie this thing up. And it goes out of bounds. As we will check to see who that goal was by. Found out that goal was by number 18. That would be Maya Rice, as she comes up with that big goal at the 72-16 mark to give Wausau West a 1-0 lead here, as this has been a defensive battle all night long. As West controlling it now with only 6.5 minutes left, as Marshfield's going to have to come up with a big score here to tie this contest up. And it goes out of bounds. And it'll be Wausau West ball. At Stratford Plumbing and Heating, your comfort and convenience is their top priority. They service all brands and do complete furnace and air conditioning installation with professional service to Stratford, Marshfield, and the surrounding areas. Call Stratford Plumbing and Heating today, your home comfort experts. And coming up after this contest will be the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your cheese curds at Nasonville Dairy in Marshfield, Curtis, or NasonvilleDairy.com. As Wausau West gets on the board after defense by both clubs, like I said all night long, has just been outstanding. It's a shame that, one of these teams have to lose. I'd rather have the tie, but Wausau West comes up with that big kick, and Marshfield chasing the ball and still in bounds. As Marshfield controlling it, as we're coming up to the 75-minute mark, so 5 minutes left. And as Wausau West trying to get another one to put a little cushion on the score here. Actually, in the last 10 minutes or so, Marshfield's had, control down on their end. But all of a sudden, Wausau West got a little more momentum and got that big kick by Myra Rice to put the Warriors up 1-0. As Marshfield has the ball now, and it's knocked out of bounds by Wausau West. As the clock's still ticking, we're coming up now with 4 minutes left in this contest as it hits the 76-minute mark. And a long kick that goes out of bounds. John and I will be across the street tomorrow night with the Marshfield Tigers and Eau Claire North Huskies in softball action starting at 5 o'clock at Madison Field. We'll be on early with a pregame show as it's senior night. And we'll go on the air with a little bit early to have those seniors recognized during our pregame show. So we'll catch you at Madison Field tomorrow night. As Wes kicks and knocked out of bounds by Marshfield, and West will take it. And now coming up to 3 minutes in this contest. We're at the 77-minute mark. Marshfield's got a chance. The ball is down on their end here. As goalie Grace Callio has not been too busy down on her end tonight, as Marshfield's only had a couple shots on goal down there. But they have played outstanding defense down on the far end all night long, and it was just a great shot by Rice as it just went out the outreached hands of Gabby Niehaus, and that put Wausau West out on top 1-0 here. As we'll most likely land up talking to Maya if Wausau West Warriors win this one, and the only goal in this contest. If it finishes a tie, we'll just have a short version of our post-game show here. But we'll see what happens. At least the interview will be a little warmer than we've had in the last week or so, as the warm weather is supposed to start coming through starting tomorrow. So as we're coming up to a minute and a half here. As Marshfield's getting control here. As the clock is running here. As West gets it. A little battle there for the ball as West controls it now. As they're trying to run that clock out. They're keeping the ball down on this end. They don't care if they don't score at all, as long as they can keep that ball down on this end, as we're at 30 seconds left in this contest. And it's over in the far corner here. And it goes out of bounds, and it goes to Marshfield. And Marshfield's got 15 seconds here to get that ball down here. And Wausau West, as the clock is ticking down, as we're at 3, 2, 1. And the Wausau West Warriors are going to come out on top tonight, 1-0, as they score a goal in the 72-16 mark of the second half here and come away with a 1-0 win over the Marshfield Tigers. And so we're going to be back in just a little bit. We'll talk to head coach Kelly, Lance Kelly, and most likely we'll have Maya Rice with us also, and we'll be back down on the 50-yard line here talking to the player game and the head coach from the Wausau West Warriors. And you've been watching Wisconsin Valley Conference action here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafetieri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafetieri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
I got referred to the orthodontist and I was really nervous, but in my 2-year process, the staff was very welcoming and very kind to me. My brother also had treatment here and he was very happy with the smile. I'd recommend Bruce Orthodontics to all my friends and family that want a beautiful smile just like us.
When I come in for my appointment, the wait is really short. All of the workers are very kind and sweet. They try to make sure that everything in my mouth is just right after my checkup, and Dr. Bruce is very nice.
I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
At House of Heating, making your home comfortable is our biggest priority. That's why we offer dependable HVAC solutions and quality work in central Wisconsin. Our pros are knowledgeable in a wide variety of services so you can feel confident in your results. They'll offer the support you need, whether it's putting in a modern HVAC system or working on and maintaining your current unit. Get in touch with House of Heating at 715-384-3163 or contact houseofheating.com. House of Heating, heating and cooling the air you breathe.
Tired of hearing about checking account features? So are we. It's more about what you can do with your money to live the life you want. Forward Bank puts your access to everything you need in the palm of your hand. Mobile deposit, recurring digital payments, transfer funds, or pay a friend easily. Yes, our checking is free and includes all that you'd expect. It's supported by your neighbors and friends at Forward, dedicated to serving our communities. Open online today at forward.bank.
Get fresh meats and cheeses every day at Smith Brothers Meats. Let Smith Brothers Meats cater your next event. Smith Brothers Meats of Colby open Monday through Saturday. When buying or selling, Brock & Decker Real Estate is the team you need by your side. Call Sammy or Sue today and visit on North Central Avenue. Brock & Decker.
For 63 years, Hiller's True Value has proudly served Marshfield and central Wisconsin. Now, we're excited to begin a new chapter. Hiller's True Value is becoming Hiller's Ace Hardware, bringing you better pricing, a wider selection, and access to exclusive brands. You'll start to see some exciting changes around the store, all designed to make shopping easier than ever. But one thing will never change: the same friendly faces and trusted service you've counted on since day one. Hiller's Ace Hardware, still Hiller's, now with more tools to serve you better.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield has tasty char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between. Check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See Chips' complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream, all served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield. Be a champ and have a chipperific day. Simplicity Credit Union brings home the win with great mobile options and the right loan for your family, business, and home. Check them out at simplicity.coop today. Bruce Orthodontics provides comprehensive orthodontic care for patients of all ages. Set up a free consultation today at Bruce Orthodontics. They're changing lives one smile at a time. Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com.
Little Sprouts Learning Garden with 2 convenient central Wisconsin locations. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
Little Sprouts has been around for almost 7 years here in Auburndale. In Rudolph, we've been open for about 2.5. We serve here in Auburndale. We have 6 weeks old up until 12-year-olds. And then in Rudolph, we have 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds. The biggest thing that we do with them is we have play-based learning so that they learn through play with each other. And social skills are a huge part of what we do with them.
Find Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
Simple, clear, helpful, and built around you. This isn't just a new building, it's a new experience for our members and for the Stevens Point community. Now it's easier than ever to stop in when it works for you. With 24/7 drive-through access, our services fit your schedule, not the other way around. Here at Simplicity, that's the kind of experience we believe in. You'll still see the same friendly faces, now in a space designed to serve you better and enhance the community we're proud to be a part of. We can't wait to welcome you in.
Talking about that on the way over here. First of all, did you think it was going to go in?
Her shot?
Yeah.
I mean, my angle's terrible, so.
And we are back here at Hiding Stadium, and a great match. And with me is head coach Lance Kelly. And coach, I mean, this was a great defensive battle between 2 very good defensive teams tonight.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with you. I thought it was a fantastic effort out of both teams. I'm really happy with the West girls. They battled. They had high energy the whole game. They were super dangerous offensively. They held their ground defensively, and it was a competitive game.
Yeah. In fact, I know looking at the stats in the Wisconsin Valley, you had only given up 1 goal so far in the Valley, and that was that 1-1 tie against Rapids. And you got them coming up pretty soon here anyway, so you can get possibly sweet revenge there. But it would have put you in a tough situation if it would have been in a tie, because now that would have given you 2 ties while Spash is still undefeated.
Yep. We've got some work to do, and those matchups with Spash are going to be key. But any matchup in the Valley is key. It's always a battle. It doesn't matter who we're playing. The girls got to come to play every day.
Okay, and like he says, your girls just played fantastic all night long. And when I'm going to ask Maya here if, the situation she had, and I know you said from the angle you had over on the sidelines there, you didn't know if it was going to go or not.
Yeah, it's a tough angle for me to see on the sideline. Maya's one of our captains, senior. She's a leader. Put the ball at her feet and let her do the work, and she was fantastic.
All right. Coach, thanks for stopping by, and good luck the rest of the season.
Appreciate it.
All right. With me also is Maya Rice. And Maya, what a heck of a shot. Now, you're sitting off on this free kick over here, and I noticed the official came up and actually asked Marshfield to move up a bit on the play. And I think that just maybe gave you enough to look at the situation over, and it went over just the outreach hands of Gabby Niehaus there. But what was going through your mind?
I mean, I just knew this was a need to win game. Obviously, we're in conference play now, so these games are really important going into, obviously we're looking to get our second conference title, so all these games are really important, and time was winding down, so had to put one in the back of the net. And I mean, it was a very emotional game. My team helped keep me in high spirits the whole time, so I just knew I had to get it on frame and get it in the goal.
I know from the angle I've got from up there, and when you kicked it, I thought, this thing's going in. I mean, it was no doubt about it. But Gabby had a nice effort there, and the rest of your girls, your teammates, played just outstanding defense today also.
Yes, for sure. I think our team were so exceptionally close. Like the whole game, like I said, it was a very emotional game. So I think just having each other's backs and just keeping each other ready to play, and it was just amazing. I couldn't have done it without the rest of my team.
All right. What we're going to do is we're going to put you in the house. I don't know if you've ever done this before.
I have not.
Okay. What we're going to do is I'm going to hand you the microphone. You're going to look up right up to that camera. You're going to tell everybody who you are and that you're in the house, and put a little enthusiasm into it, okay? I'll count you down.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
I'm Maya Rice, and wait, what is it?
I'm in the house.
I'm in the house.
You want to do it? Here, we'll give you another take, okay? We'll give you another take, okay? All right. 3, 2, 1.
I'm Maya Rice, and I'm in the house.
Atta girl. All right. Thanks, Maya. Good luck the rest of the season. Thanks, Coach. Again, a great win by the Wausau West Warriors as their record improves now to 4-2-2 and 3-0-1 in conference, and Marshfield falls to 1 win, 6 losses, and 4 ties overall, 1-3-1 in the conference. And Marshfield will take on Wausau East next Tuesday here, and Wausau West will get Wisconsin Rapids and try to get revenge on that 1-1 tie. For John Staniford, I'm Mike Steinwagner. We'll be over at Madison Field tomorrow night for Marshfield softball against Eau Claire North Huskies, and we'll see you there. See you down the road. Good night now.